With agriculture being Mississippi's #1 industry, you might be surprised that most state residents still aren't aware of where food and fiber comes from. In response, the Mississippi State University Extension Service and Mississippi Farm Bureau have created FARMtastic, an event that offers young people hands-on, up-close learning experiences about agriculture. The effort has had some early success and appears to be spreading across the state. Farmweek's Amy Taylor reports from Starkville.
If you get the chance to experience FARMtastic, you'll realize there's no brief way to describe this event because there's so much to see. The event is designed to educate young people about where their food, fiber, clothing, and other important items come from, such as products made from trees. Mississippi State University Extension Service agent Julie White explains the inspiration behind FARMtastic, which was created in 2012 by MSU Extension Service and Mississippi Farm Bureau.
I just wanted to see the kids learn where their food and fiber comes from. I was tired of going to the schools and being around and the kids telling me that chocolate milk come from a brown cow. And I'm a dairy farmer, and every time I milked cows, it was always white. And so I really wanted to do something to promote agriculture in our county.
White says the event offered 7 stations. The first was a livestock exhibit with cattle, horses, goats, chickens, and turkeys. Next, visitors went through a large row crop station that included a cotton gin, soybean exhibit, and even a display explaining the development of farm equipment from the very beginning. They were also educated about peanut farming and sweet potato production in Mississippi. Additionally, a wonder garden demonstrated fruit and vegetable gardening and the process of photosynthesis and soil composition. In the wildlife and forestry exhibit, young people learned about identifying animal tracks and how to determine the age of a tree, as well as everyday items that come from trees. Next, the farm toy exhibit educated students about the role agriculture plays in sports and recreational items. Additionally, a farm village was created to show the connection agriculture has with grocery stores, farm supplies, medical centers, the construction of buildings, and even transportation. Finally, young people were educated about how the nutritional guide called My Plate should be used when preparing healthy meals. Mississippi State University Animal and Dairy Sciences undergraduate instructor Jessica Graves helped with the livestock exhibit.
Basically, we have students come in and walk through and learn about different agriculture and livestock species. So those students have the ability to go station to station, learn about what dairy cows are, where milk comes from, learn what products that we get from dairy cows. Likewise, they stop and see a pig, and so they learn where bacon comes from and where ham comes from, etc.
Additionally, Graves says young people were shown how to milk a cow and learned the various types of grain and seed that are fed to livestock. Nelda Stark with Mississippi Farm Bureau talks about the activity she led at FARMtastic.
Today I'm making pancakes, showing them the relationship between pancakes and wheat. We have a display of wheat growing and some pictures of the harvest scene. So I want them to know that the pancakes are a result of the wheat being made into flour and then into pancakes.
In addition, Stark says students were given cups of fresh whipping cream to shake up and make into butter. Stark also planted the vegetables that were in the Wonder Garden exhibit to help illustrate the connection between the farm and the plate. Volunteers say before visiting FARMtastic, young people had some pretty interesting ideas about where they thought food and agricultural products came from.
But I had students come up and ask me about what part of a dairy cow does eggs come from, and I had to explain that eggs are not dairy, that eggs do come from poultry, and those are 2 separate entities.
When I ask them where pancakes come from, some will say from a pig, from a cow, from corn, and of course I correct them and tell them that most pancakes are made from wheat.
Of course, they, don't always pick up on the things that we want them to, whether it's they still tell us that cotton comes from a sheep, was one of the comments that we've had this week, but we've kind of corrected that as they've gone through the exhibit. And so we hope that they are picking up the actual facts about where their food and fiber comes from, and they're just really excited their faces just light up as they're in the exhibit, and that is why I do this.
White says countless hours went into building the structures used in FARMtastic, which were carefully designed to portray the need for agriculture in our daily lives. For example, the farm village featured a wide variety of agricultural products. The exhibit displayed food products, building supplies, a farm store, medical center, and even a sporting goods shop. Additionally, students were given a worksheet to help them comprehend what they learned. Julie White says the young people enjoyed each activity, but one particular exhibit was the favorite.
Farm Toys has been their favorite room this year, and that's our sports room. Basically, it highlights how football and basketball and baseball and golf and those big sports that we like to play couldn't take place without agriculture, because, you know, football is actually made from the pigskin, so, you know, we have to have those. But that has been their favorite room, and I think it just kind of gives them a break in going through the rooms. It gives them a break and time to play.
Additionally, White says she and others involved in FARMtastic have plans to expand the event. While they are happy to host FARMtastic at the Mississippi Horse Park in Starkville, they hope to take it to other locations as well.
What we'd really like to do is take this statewide eventually and have it housed at the different agri-centers around the state, including sometime during the State Fair of the Dixie National. We also will be writing a curriculum that we will be able to provide the third grade teachers that they can use before and after in their classrooms to make this more of a program instead of just an event, and to give a full range of agriculture education throughout a school year.
Right now, FARMtastic includes 7 stations, and next year, White says aquaculture will be added as the 8th exhibit. In only its second year, the annual event drew a crowd of 800 visitors, and White says they hope to increase that number in the future. By observing the reactions of young people who experience FARMtastic, it can be expected the event will continue to succeed at teaching our young people about the necessity of agriculture in their daily lives. From Starkville, Mississippi, I'm Amy Taylor reporting.
And you can watch this story again on FARMtastic on our Farmweek website, Facebook page, or YouTube. The website address is farmweek.msucares.com. Now, if you're interested in attending FARMtastic or starting your own, Julie White can help. We'll have her phone number and contact links on our website and Facebook page. And Layton, this November, it'll be again in Starkville. I believe they're having one up at South Haven as well this coming year. You know, it takes a lot of work to do this. You got to have the plants at the right growth stage, but if you don't have the hands-on where they can touch it and get excited, that learning is not necessarily going to happen. If it's all posters, that's not going to have an impact. That actual being able to touch and find out is what they need.